Oh, baby, the Bears are back, guys. The Bears are back. Or are they? We got to break that down in this video. I want to break down SPY, Triple Q, the usual. We're going to go over some earnings and some charts. And before we do, you guys got to, of course, sit back, relax, take a sip of your coffee. And if you all find value, hit that like button and make sure to subscribe. And I guess with that being said, let's dive right into the video. So, take a look. We talked about this a little bit in my previous video, but we'll talk more about it now because Power Hour played out, and it was actually more than Power Hour. The last hour and a half played out after my last video, and you guys can see we ended up rallying right before close. We sold off all the way down to about 419.30 on SPY, and then about, no joke, 10 minutes before close, this started taking off, and now we're up about $1.50 here in the pre-market. This is up about 0.3 to about 0.4% in just the past roughly hour here, including the aftermarket. So we are getting a bit of a snapback at 419, 420, which is a good sign. If you guys take a look here on the 4-hour chart, we've covered this. This is a key level of support here on SPY. In the short term, you guys can see, I'm not sure why the trend lines aren't showing. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I erased them. I probably did. You guys can see big resistance. It was a big resistance, 418.19. Now we're holding it as support. So the million-dollar question is, when will the stock market collapse again? The truth is, nobody knows. Right off the bat, nobody knows. That's the answer to the question right there. But if we dive a little bit deeper and maybe have some fun with that question, you know, CPI is a big thing here. And we have, of course, interest rates, tapering, all of that plays a role in the short term. And now that we got that CPI number, and honestly, the markets have been expecting this. You know, August, September, inflation is going to slow down. Now that we got that CPI number, and even before that, markets have been going up. Now we're really starting, yesterday we got a huge, blow off top rally. Even this morning, we were up. You guys saw that. Now the markets are really starting to have a blow off top rally. The million-dollar question is, when is this going to end? I mean, we've seen time and time again, and I've made videos about this on my channel. It's been a couple of weeks since I made this particular video, but I made a video going over bear market rallies. If you go in my if you go in the YouTube search bar, type in Stasser Fest bear market rallies, it should pop up. In that video, we've covered how in the stock market, time and time again, throughout history, during bear markets, we've seen these rallies. And the truth is, in a bear market, there's many bear market rallies. There's not just one or two, and then we just rip back to all-time highs like that. There's many of them. And if you guys take a look here on the 4-hour chart on SPY, we've had many over the course of the past couple of months. The last major one we've had, like this one that we're seeing right now, which we're up 16% in the past couple of weeks on SPY, the last one we had like that was back in the middle of March. In the middle of March, SPY went from 415 to about 462. That was a 12% move. So the truth is, guys, we don't know what's going to happen. But there are, historically speaking, looking at the numbers, there are many bear market rallies within the overall bear market. And you got to ask yourself, what if inflation were to pick up again? And a lot of people could be pricing in right now, maybe the Fed they're not doing this now in terms of changing their stance from, clearly not accommodative to maybe they start to pump money again. Maybe they start to cut rates. They're not there yet, but maybe people are starting to price that in. Maybe they're like, okay, inflation's starting to bottom out in July. Maybe that's going to continue for the next couple of months. And maybe we're starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel. That's what people are probably thinking right now. But again, if you look at history, it's not that simple. This could easily be a bear market rally. And you got to ask yourselves, what historically, not even historically, but now, in present time, has anything really changed? I mean, nothing really has changed. Inflation is still very hot. It's at 8.5%. We're still getting rates to come up. Mortgage rates are still last I checked, very high. They're going to only go up more probably here in the short term. Nothing has really changed. And don't let unemployment start to go up. I mean, that's going to be bad. If unemployment starts going up and we get in a hardcore recession, because technically now we are in a textbook recession, 2 quarters of GDP, but we haven't gotten the big, job losses yet. Unemployment rate is still very low. So if we start getting major layoffs, a lot of job losses, unemployment rate through the roof, this is going to get worse. I mean, the macro is going to get worse. And if you think the stock market will go up in that time, it might. I mean, but it's probably going to start falling again. But then again, in that time period, what does the Fed do? This is why it's always everything. There's so much nuance. It's changing all the time, because if we do get to that point where massive job losses come, yeah, stock market's probably going to get hit. But then what's the Fed going to do? I mean, they're going to cut rates, pump money again, and then boop, stock market's going to go up. I mean, and this is a philosophy, or I guess a principle here, or something that you got to realize in the long term. The Fed is kind of rigging the market to go up. So if you're a long-term investor, true long-term investor, 10, 20, 30 years, I mean, panic selling is the worst thing you could do, right? So I guess that's a little ramble there. How long was that? A couple of minutes? Yeah, that was a little ramble, guys. Take it for what you will. But at this point, we're not collapsing back down quite yet, technically speaking. We're still in rally mode. But if we zoom out, maybe on the yearly chart, and I draw a channel out, look, we are still definitely in bear market territory, or a bear market rally territory, considering this channel I just drew out, we're at the top of this channel, guys. So, okay, if SPY starts getting out of, let's say, 400, and let's see here, if SPY starts breaking out of 430, that 180 SMA, the channel here on the yearly chart, all right, maybe at that point we might start getting way more upside, further upside, especially if, the fundamentals, in the economy, the macro starts to look a little bit better. All right, fine. Maybe that would be a legitimate, breakout, and maybe a rally back. Maybe not to all-time highs, but maybe some sort of continued rally. But at these levels we are here, we're looking good in the short term, but peel back the layers a bit, guys, and keep your eyes on that. I don't want to sound very bearish right now, and you guys are probably like, hold on, Stas, what are you doing? You're flip-flopping. What's wrong with you? That's not what I'm doing here. I'm just keeping it 1,000. I'm keeping it real and showing you guys what I'm seeing here on these charts, and just really reminding you all of bear market rallies. And again, go to the YouTube search bar, type in my name, bear market rally. I go over in a video probably a month or two ago. We break down specific examples, numbers, and previous bear markets. And you guys can see here, Triple Q, same thing. We have that channel on the 4-hour, or this is actually the yearly chart, downwards channel. Can you guys see it? Look at this. This is a point of resistance right now on the yearly chart for Triple Q. We're right by the 180 SMA, top of the channel. If buyers get out of here, all right, we might have a sustained rally. But if we start getting some serious selling pressure here, maybe tomorrow, the course of next week, the following week, it's going to be looking like, yet again, another bear market rally. So what do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments on that, and make sure, seriously, give me your thoughts on that, and hit that like button if you haven't done so already. And don't forget to get your 10 stocks from Moomoo. Free money, guys, if you want 10 free stocks, each of which could be valued up to $2,500. Just use that Moomoo link down below, deposit at least $100, and you get your free stocks. It also helps out the channel. You could also get 12 stocks from Webull with any amount deposited. That's also linked down below. And again, without you guys, this stuff would not be possible. This channel here would not be possible. So cheers to that. Let me get a little sip of, I actually have some tea here, guys. I think I said it was coffee. Maybe that was in my first take. I took a couple takes for this video. I said it was coffee. That was an accident. It's tea. I don't usually drink tea, but my throat's a little bit wonky, like I mentioned in the previous video. And some tea with a little bit of honey. I think this is a lemon ginger tea. I like it. It's good. It works. It helps. So yeah, that's kind of a little breakdown and some thoughts there. Let me know again your thoughts. Now let's switch over, transition a little bit. I don't want to lose you guys. Let's go to crypto. Let's talk a little bit about crypto here. We have Bitcoin at 24.2 when I'm filming this video. It is up about 1%. Looking pretty good, but it has not yet broken out, still under that 25,000 resistance that we've covered many times, time and time again here on the YouTube channel, which in the short term, bulls got to break that point. Bulls got to break 25, 25.5 and move past. And at that point, all right, maybe we get another leg up, but until then, not quite yet. We're not quite yet there. But Ethereum on the flip side, look at this, guys, is there. Ethereum is above the not moving averages. I'm so used to saying that. Ethereum's above this wedge, or it broke the what's it called? I'm mixing things up here, guys. It broke out the ascending triangle. That's what it was. Ascending triangle played out. We're well above now the lows from back in May, early June, which is great. Those were right around 1,800, 1,775. We're now above 1,900. This is breaking out. What else can I say? I mean, we called this out a couple of videos ago, and we've been talking about it, and you should know if you've been watching the channel, guys, Ethereum has been outpacing Bitcoin, which I guess, has that always, I mean, I guess that's how it's always been, at least the past year or two. I'm not a crypto enthusiast, historian. I'm not a big Bitcoin or Ethereum guy. You guys know that. I'm a stock market guy. Stock market channel is what this channel is, but I do incorporate some Bitcoin and Ethereum, but I do think Ethereum tends to, outperform Bitcoin. And I don't know. I don't know. Let me know in the comments, guys. I don't know. Make sure to let me know about that. But yeah, Ethereum is ripping. And at this point, we just took out a big level of resistance, guys. So the next main gap, if you guys take a look here, let me get a drawing out or a trend line out. Look at this. We're looking at 2,200, 2,150. That's where this could be going in the short term, right? So what do you think? I mean, this looks very bullish to me, at least in the very short term. And who knows? This could, what I said with SPY and Triple Q, of course it applies to this as well, Ethereum, Bitcoin. This could be a bear market rally for crypto, but the thing is, we don't have as much of data on Bitcoin and Ethereum, and they've actually never really been through a legitimate, long-lasting bear market recession. So who knows? Well, I guess Bitcoin and Ethereum have been in bear markets, if you look at the price, but have they been through a legitimate overall economic recession? No, they haven't, because they were birthed in the great financial crisis, right? Or at least Bitcoin was. I forget. I think Ethereum came along in 2014 or something like that. I forget. Again, I'm not a Bitcoin historian. I'm not a Ethereum historian, but I do know a little bit about it. So, yeah, let's talk about now some earnings. We had a couple here after the bell that I want to touch upon. Number one is Rivian, which you guys know, we called out the Rivian bubble about a year ago. That was not hard to call out. Actually, was it even a year ago? Not even a year ago, I think. Maybe a little bit less than that. But that was not hard to call out at all. Rivian IPO'd at 111, ran to 180, and now look at it. It's at $38 a share, and it looks like they lost money on the previous quarter here. Let's take a look, or the quarter they just reported on. Let's see here. Wow, the stock's so volatile after the bell. What the heck's going on? Rivian closed at 38. Went to 36, shot to 40. Now it's at about 39, almost 40 again. So this is up a little bit. Actually, it's up over or around $1 after the bell here. They did EPS of negative $1.89, so they lost on the quarter. Not surprised there. As revenue beat $364 million versus $337.52 million estimated. So they beat on that. And let me get a little sip of my tea here, guys. And I've said before, I don't really like the look of Rivian, the trucks. We'll talk about that in a second here. Let's see. It says during quarter produced 4,400 vehicles, delivered 4,467. Net pre-order backlog was roughly 98,000 from customers in the U.S. and Canada. That's not surprising. That's pretty. What's the word here? That's good. Let's just put it that way. That's good. And Rivian's losses nearly triple. Oh my goodness, guys. They nearly tripled to $1.7 billion. Holy smokes, guys. They're losing money hand over fist. So this is a company that personally I cannot get involved with. They're just losing too much dang money. Too risky for me. I'm not a guy that's only for profitable companies. I've talked about that. I mean, most of my stocks are profitable companies. But for me to take a risk on my spec side, I wouldn't even want to do that with this one, to be honest. It's a little bit too risky for me. And again, going back to the look of the truck, I think the truck is nice. I mean, if I was gifted one, sure. I mean, I would drive it. I'd keep it. Would I buy one? No. But I don't like the headlights. That's what it was. The headlights are just freaking hideous in my opinion. Maybe they're going for a different look to kind of stand out. I don't know. But the headlights are awful. If I had to pick a truck, an electric truck, or whatever you want to call it, I'm going with the Ford F-150. Call me crazy, but that's what I'm going with. And maybe the Cybertruck when it actually gets to freaking market, which knowing Elon Musk, that's probably going to be in 5 years from now. So if I had to pick now, I'm picking Ford F-150 electric. And let me actually look at Ford's stock. Let's see what's going on with this one. Oh my God. $16. Yeah, I remember this now. They ripped after earnings and they've been holding that move. Man, I should have freaking bought some Ford, guys. Man. This is the one that got away. You know, I talked about this a couple weeks ago. Ford's one that I wanted to get at $8, $9, $10. Really at $8, $9. Maybe I was being a little bit too, I don't want to say greedy, but sticking to the price target, you know, guys, and it happens. And in this case, it ran away from me. Now it's at $16, and there's no way I'm buying it now. At $16. Maybe I'll trade it, but as a long-term investment, not buying it at these levels. So let's see one more earnings report, guys. Not too many stocks for this video. Just really wanted to talk about the overall markets and kind of my thoughts there, and hone in on the fact that bear market rallies, these are historically very common in bear markets. And the last stock here is ILMN Illumina. This is, oh my goodness, tanking after the bell. It closed at 227. Now it's at 180. It is down 21% after the bell. They must have done awfully, right? Yeah, EPS 57 cents versus 65 estimated. Revenue of 1.16 billion versus 1.22 bill. So double miss, and I'm sure guidance is not good. They see full year adjusted EPS 275 to 290 versus the $4.12 estimate. So that profitability is a lot lower than the estimate, and that explains the stock crashing, guys. So with that being said, I'm going to wrap it up here. Pretty interesting day overall in the markets. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. As always, guys, hit that like button, subscribe. Make sure to check out my Patreon. Join it if you want. That's linked down below. Or you can go to stocksurfest.com/Patreon. And you guys got to get your 10 stocks from Moomoo for free money. I'm stuttering all over the place today, guys. My throat is killing me. So if you find value in these videos, get those 10 stocks from Moomoo, 12 stocks from Webull. That really helps out the channel. I appreciate you guys. As always, all those are linked down below. And with that being said, I got to take a little bit of a break today, guys. Take a little rest, drink some more tea. I'll see you in the next video. Hopefully I feel better tomorrow. I'll see you guys later. Peace out.